Hi, my name is Andy Hayes. I'm the president of the Northern Lakes Economic Alliance located in Boyne City, Michigan. That's in the northwest corner of the lower peninsula of Michigan. And over the next few minutes, I'll be reviewing what the Northern Lakes Economic Alliance is, or the NLEA as we call it, and who we are, what we are, why we do it, how we do it, those types of things. So at the end of the show, feel free to give us a call if we can do any help, or on our website, we've got all types of information and help for you or others that need it. So again, if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate at all to give us a call. First of all, the NLEA, as we call it, is a multi-county organization, and it was really formed, our backbone are four what we call partner counties. Antrim County, Charlevoix County, Sheboygan County, and Emmett County all have come together and said, this is how we're going to do economic development. We will all work together, we will partner, and we will all share an economic development organization. Now, to do that, we partner with many organizations, and like I said, over the next few minutes, I'll explain how all that ties together. But we are actually the economic development division or department, so to speak, of these four counties and the various local units of governments and businesses located in this area. The Northern Lakes Economic Alliance is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The actual county boards of commissioners of those four counties appoint the majority of our board members, and I'll show you that chart in a minute. And we've been around since 1984. So we've got 28 years of experience in collaborating, cooperating, regional, public, private, all the buzzwords that you hear today. We've done it from the beginning. In fact, it's just part of our culture. We really don't know any other way to do it, because back when we were formed as a partnership organization. Our mission is quite simple. It's to help entrepreneurs retain and create jobs. Now, to do that, we work both sides of the equation. We provide services to communities that need the infrastructure and or to create the environment to support entrepreneurship growth, and also services and resources directly to the entrepreneurs themselves. And these can be startups, pre-startups, or existing companies that are moving, growing to the next leg of their journey, or new products, or just want to grow. As I mentioned earlier, our service area is four counties. You'll see we're located in the lower peninsula of Michigan. This is actually a very rural area, and as you can see, as a region though, we've got over 108,000 in population and almost 10,000 businesses. The biggest city in that entire area is Petoskey. Their population is about 6,500 people. So as you can see, it's a very small rural area. But working together, combining resources, working collaboratively and cooperatively, you'll see that we really have that critical mass that it takes to make something happen. And you can see that when we all work together, we do have a much larger footprint than we would do individually. Our offices are located in Boyne City. Boyne City, Michigan is actually geographically about the center of the four counties. One of our partners is the Char-M Intermediate School District, which I'll get to in a second. And our offices are actually located in their building, one of their buildings that happens to be located in Boyne City. In fact, as you'll look at the building, it used to be a Big Boy restaurant. So all the locals know us as, oh yeah, you're in the old Big Boy. More specifically, we're in the walk-in cooler of the old Big Boy, which makes it great for cell phone coverage, but that's another story altogether. But that's where we're actually located. Now, in addition to the four member counties that I mentioned, we have core partners, and we have 5 core partners. And what the core partners do is they bring additional resources to the effort. We have Michigan State University Extension. We've been a partner with them for many years. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation, the Northwest Michigan Council of Governments, the Char-M Intermediate School District, and the North Central Michigan College. And these are solid organizations that work regionally and are very engaged in the economic vitality or economic development efforts of the region. By partnering with them, they give us access to resources to help get the job done. They put money into our budget. They're part of the whole team effort for economic development. We work very closely with the various staff professionals at each of these places, and not a day goes by, and I mean not a day goes by, that our staff and their staff are not on the phone or in meetings, working collaboratively on various projects. So core partners are a very integral part of the Northern Lakes Economic Alliance. Like any organization or any nonprofit or 501c3, we have a board of directors. This is the breakdown of the various board members. We have 26 members on the board, which actually some would say is a pretty big board, but it really works. You'll see that each of the 4 member counties or partner counties appoint 5. One of those 5 has to be a sitting or an elected member of their county commission. That keeps the relationship, the communication link going with the county commissioners. And then the other positions there are various members from the ISD to the North Central Michigan College, the Industrial Association, Michigan State Extension. Our 2 at-large companies are large regional utilities or statewide utilities. One is DTE Energy and the other is Great Lakes Energy. So that makes up our board. And like I said, some would say that's pretty large, but it really is. They're very active, they're engaged, and it's really a good representation of our region, also the public-private partnership. Our budget will vary slightly from year to year, kind of depending on what projects we have going on. But these percentages remain fairly accurate. We get, by design, less than 50%, or right at about 50% of our budget from the local government. And by that, we define local government as the counties, villages, townships, cities, those types of things. The other half of our budget come from all types of things. The various partners I mentioned before, certain services that we provide, anything from grant writing to administration to various services that we, fee-for-service type stuff we do. The private sector is a very important part of our operation. And then other. Everybody has other. Now, again, in the local government side of it, those 4 member counties or partner counties, they write a bigger check than the cities, villages, and townships, but it's all part of the process to make it all work. We often refer to this as this big bowl of spaghetti of interlocking funding sources. The bottom line is really pretty simple. Nobody has enough money or resources to go it alone, so we all throw a little money in the hat and we share, and everyone has access to the expertise that the organization is able to provide. It's a model that's worked very successfully for 28 years, and we're very proud of it and very excited about it. When you think of economic and community development, you really need to think about 3 things. First of all, it's long-term. The projects that we've been announcing things today that we've been working on for several years, and likewise we've been working on projects that we probably won't announce for several years. So this is a long-term project. Obviously some things happen faster than others, but there are no quick hits when it comes to this stuff. And so this is a long-term committed effort. It's a commitment by our counties, all our various funding sources and partners, and so it's a long-term process. Second thing to think about is everyone needs to have skin in the game, as they say. It requires an investment in their future. It doesn't matter if we're working with a startup company that wants to get a business going, to an existing manufacturer that wants to expand and grow, to a local unit of government that is trying to get a grant to do infrastructure work to support an industrial park or whatever. We don't have a wheelbarrow full of money in our back room. It involves that, some investment on their part. And so that's a very, very important part that people need to remember. And then the other thing that is very, very important is that economic development is regional. What happens in one part of your region affects the other part. Gone are the days of individual communities doing their own thing and having no effect on the community next door. In fact, we know for a fact that in our region, 4 out of 10 people live in one county and work in the next. And so obviously, when a company grows and expands in one area, it has a positive impact on the counties surrounding it. And vice versa, when somebody lays off employees and we lose a company, then that also has a negative impact. So this actually is a great argument for working regionally and cooperatively because it's all interlocking. And again, This is part of our culture. We were started this way. Everybody understands this, and there really hasn't been a problem with this as some may expect. There really isn't a competition. How we do it, as I mentioned earlier, we are a rural area, and so things do blend together a little bit. But we have economic development strategies or stuff that we do, community development stuff, and entrepreneurial support. In the larger metropolitan areas, it's a little easier to have a distinction and have different people doing different things. But in a rural area, you tend to have more general practitioners that work on all these various things, and it all blends together. At the end of the day, it's all about helping entrepreneurs create and retain jobs. That's been our core mission from the beginning. And although our strategies will change over time as the economy shifts, it's all about being successful in helping create and retain jobs in the region. Now, people ask me all the time, well, how do you do it? What's the formula? Well, here's the formula. We found this in one of Einstein's old manuscripts. Probably hasn't been published very much, but this is our secret recipe right here. And if you follow this theory of economic development, I'll guarantee you create jobs. Well, of course, I'm kidding about that. This is really what our strategy is. Ty Cobb, as you know, was a scrappy baseball player with the Detroit Tigers many years ago, and he at the time held just about every batting title there was except one. He never got the home run title. And but boy, he had more singles and doubles and stolen bases and triples and all those types of things. Well, our strategy is the same way. We really don't have the amount of resources and capacity to constantly try to hit grand slam home runs. Recruiting that big company that's going to come here and employ 5,000 people, we can't do that. And so the way we've been able to grow and sustain an economy over time is by focusing on singles and doubles, occasional triple. Yeah, we hit a home run once in a while, of course, but Ty Cobb won more championships with this strategy than if he had gone out there trying to hit home runs all the time and all this other stuff didn't happen. So we really use the Ty Cobb approach to economic development, and it works real well in a rural setting. Again, by partnering and collaborating, we're able to share a professional staff. There are 6 people on our staff. One of these ladies in the picture is our bookkeeper. We do outsource our bookkeeping for efficiency standards. But the other 5 are all shared all through the region. And so as a result of everybody partnering together, every one of the local units of governments and the various chambers of commerce have an economic development staff at their fingertips for their expertise. We are a go-to organization, and if you walk into our offices on any given day, nobody will be here. We're always out in the field and in the communities that we're serving. And again, a great example of how it all works when everybody's willing to share. We also feel very strongly, we have a very strong partnership with the local chambers of commerce. There are 9 chambers of commerce within our 4-county region, and they consider us their economic development department. We consider them our branch office. You can walk into any one of these chambers of commerce, and if the question is, I need help starting a business, or I've got a company that I need help expanding, or whatever, their answer is always absolutely yes, we can help you, and let's get you in touch with the NLEA or whatever. We rotate around our communities. We oftentimes are in their buildings doing stuff collaboratively with them, and we just recognize that in each of these towns, these are the ground forces. These are the boots on the ground, the center of the universe for small business or businesses in that community. And so we work very, very closely with them. Again, they can't afford the expertise that we have on our staff, and this way, by sharing, everybody works together. So if you haven't figured this out by now, partnerships and collaboration are what it's all about. When we work together, we win together. We've been doing it for, like I said, 28 years. We're a great example, one of the best practices, I believe, in the state of Michigan for doing this over an extended period of time. And we're just, that's what we're all about. So feel free to peruse our website. Hopefully we have some tools there that will be of some value to you. And at the end of the day, if you need some help, give us a call and we'll do whatever we can. Thank you very much.